Do women today only want top 1% of men? Is this true? Or could there be something else going on? Okay, Cupid dating site found a couple of years back that women found 80% of men unattractive on dating apps. There's also statistics saying women only want 10% of the top men. And it's another claim saying that women want 6 6s. I have been itching to make this video. I've seen so many interviews with so-called dating coaches, or actually it's been a lot of times people who come and talk about their own dating experiences, and then they start to give dating advice based on their own experiences, instead of having really access to wide range of data, wide range of experiences. Why has this really prompted me to talk about this topic? It is because I believe that when we have certain beliefs that are limiting our opportunities in life, then we use those as excuses not to do what we deep down really desire. There's an alarming population of single men who are lonely and really looking for some guidance, looking for some advice on how to meet more women, and they're questioning whether they are really worthy of women's attention. And when they hear these kind of sensationalist headlines or topics being talked about, is taken as gospel. And of course, like with anything, if you don't have experience, or if your experiences start to match, or you have limited experiences, you may believe that this is the absolute truth. But like in everything in life, nothing is just black and white. There are so many different varieties, and I really want to talk about this and help you to make sense of some of these statistics so that you can make better choices and better decisions for yourself. So today we'll be talking about really some of these myths around dating, around women. And I hope you feel inspired after this video, and inspired to take action and start creating the love life you absolutely deserve and want. So, hi, my name's Dr. Marie. I'm a registered psychologist in the UK, a relationship therapist and coach. So what gives me the right to, or even the authority to talk about these dating statistics when it comes to women and men? You may say, what do you know about dating these days as a man? Because you are a woman. And what do you know about dating in today's world where people are meeting less and less in real life? What do you know about any of this? Because you have been married for a very long time. And then the time when you met your husband, the world was very different. Well, I'm glad you asked this question. So for the past 15 years or so, I've been working with both men and women, with couples, with individuals who have been in different stages of their relationship. And more recently, I have focused on dating. And the reason why I wanted to focus on dating, because I struggled with it. No one taught me at school. No one taught me at any other different places of that. No one taught me it later even. So I struggled with it. I met my husband online through not a dating app. It was just a site that was for people to meet up. And yes, I agree, it was a very different world with the dating sites than it is today. But I have worked and still work with a lot of single women who are looking for love. They are longing to get some reassurance that one day they meet this amazing guy and they can build a beautiful relationship together. They're really longing for this relationship. I have also worked with many young men who are really confused about dating, confused about women. Perhaps they went to a single sex school, or perhaps they have very limited experiences of women because of the modern world today and how there are less and less opportunities for meeting the opposite sex in different situations. And perhaps there were certain life situations. Perhaps there was bullying. Maybe there were other negative situations that they experienced in their teens when they were developing, and they developed a belief that they are not good enough. So Although I'm not dating right now myself, but I believe that I have so much a broad range of second-hand experience, but also I've helped my clients with both online profiles and with dating dynamics. And I understand also research, having been a researcher myself in the past. So let's talk about all of this. What does it mean? And my headline says, women only want the top 1% of men, or the women want only 10% of the top men, the men who fit these 660s standard. Well, first of all, something that we need to think about in terms of statistics. Statistics are great, but they don't look at individual experiences. I haven't really seen much research on individual experiences. Let's look at behind the data. What is really going on? So, of course, when we think about dating apps, you are judging someone based on their profile, but actually mostly based on their photos. And if those photos are not very good, if the profile is not very good, I mean, I remember when I was dating, there were absolutely shockingly bad profiles. And so it was very easy to reject people. Because if there was nothing or the photos were really poor quality, well, of course, you are not interacting with the real person in front of you. And when you just go by that, you know nothing about this person. All you see is this hazy photo or someone holding a fish or something like that. Well, what do? You are not immediately going to go, oh, there's something potential here. Although a lot of times women are very forgiving in terms of men's appearances. In fact, men are much more visual than women. So there are these claims that women are so focused on this external factor. This is the reason why you don't have much luck in love. But there's so much more going on here. So there's the whole argument for the dating apps and your profile not being really good enough. You are marketing. When you have a product and you're trying to market, packaging needs to be right. And when you're selling it to your customer, of course your customer wants substance, but they also want the packaging to be inviting, because otherwise it's easy to pass by and say, well, I don't think I need that. So it's the same thing with marketing yourself online. So you really need to make your profile shine. So that's that. And then going back to the statistics, women only approve 20% or 10% or 1% of these men on dating apps. The research has been made on dating apps, as I said, and it's very limited. But the real world out there beyond this app is so much more varied. Every time I go to this hiking place with my kids and with my family, I'm always amazed how different kinds of couples I see there. Amazed because they are nothing like the descriptions what we talked about online. And this is a hiking it's not hardcore hiking. It's a place to go out in the nature where you're not focusing on, walking on high heels, but you are actually wearing something quite practical. And this says something about the people who are really drawn to that kind of places. Yes, they might wear their high heels when they go to the office or so on, but in this environment where there's low pressure really to look your best, okay, some people a bit more effort than others, but essentially what you need is your hiking boots. And a lot of times in the UK, it rains a lot. So you have to have suitable really clothing and footwear for that. And it attracts certain type of people. And there you see such a beautiful variety of couples in terms of appearances. So when we talk about this idea of 660s, for example, as a criteria, well, there might be some women. The thing about all of this stereotyping that women use these 660s as a criteria for vetting men. Stereotypes have never really served anyone. We, of course, as humans, we use stereotypes to try to make sense of the world. But if we just fixate on stereotypes, they actually can be really harmful. If I started saying, for example, all men are the same, not all men are the same. Not even all cultures are the same. There are so many things that impact us. And if we start categorizing people into these pigeonholes, then we lose the sight of reality. And the reality is beautiful because there's a lot of room for different connections. So why you might be so hung up on these stereotypes? They probably help you to keep you safe. Because if you believe that women are in a certain way, then you don't need to do anything because you can point the finger and say, they don't want me. I don't need to do anything. I can keep myself safe in the comfort of my home and just be angry and frustrated. But actually, if I decided, okay, not all women are the same, there must be someone who will enjoy my company, who will like me as I am, then you would put effort into trying to find this person. So what's keeping you really stuck in that place where you are and not putting yourself out there? You may be consuming a lot of negative content online, because if you do that for your own sanity, for your own mental health, for your own well-being, please stop and focus on finding things that inspire you, how to develop, how to grow, how to become this best version of yourself. I know it's a cliche, but essentially, how can you improve yourself 1% of the time for your own sake, so that when you are 70 and you look back at your life and you think, wow, I created this, whatever it looks like, who do you want to be there celebrating with you? So if you use that idea to really spur you on in life and relationships, you have a path to go to. So if there's one thing that I want you to take away from this video today, is that go out there, meet women in different situations. I've heard, for example, there was a recent report from a Friday night in London, in the centre of London. People were going to pottery classes instead of going to bars. So there are so many different ways of meeting women. And when you go and do activities that are not specifically for dating, you can build your social skills. And then start normal conversations with women, because women are not these aliens. Women are just human beings like you. And if you're feeling anxious, that's absolutely fine. But also, if you want to build your confidence, you can download my dating confidence guide and get some actionable steps on how to really start building more confidence and start taking action and create the love life that you want. I really hope that you believe that you can absolutely meet someone, even if it hasn't happened yet. But please stop listening to all of the negative content online, because that is not helping. And instead, come here. I want to be your cheerleader. I want you to find love. So please subscribe to my channel and get a weekly dose of hope and advice. You take care now. See you soon. Bye.